What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to History of Batgirl in Comics, episode number 18. This is the final episode for this. We went 18 episodes strong for this one. So thank you to everyone who's been watching the series. It's been super fun. Really learned a lot more about Cassandra Cain and Batgirl, everything there. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, let's dive right in here. So Cassandra Cain has arguably the most prestigious training of any martial arts in the DC universe. As a child, Cassandra received intensive training by her father, along with several other members of the League of Assassins, including Bronze Tiger, Merlin the Archer, and a series of instructors hired by Cain, including Alpha. Upon taking the mantle of Batgirl, she was trained further by Batman, Oracle, Black Canary, and then by Lady Shiva, and has received supplementary instruction from Onyx. She was also very briefly trained in detective methods by Tim Drake during their time in Bloodhaven. So, in my opinion, Cassandra Cain is one of the best all-around Batgirls just for like martial arts training. I think she's probably the most lethal of all the Batgirls, but that's my opinion. Let me know in the comments what you think. Is she the most lethal, or do you think someone else is for the Batgirls? Let me know. In Batgirl number 14, the writer Kelly Puckett places Cassandra in a position within the story in which her skills are analyzed by a group of government experts. Through this panel, the creative team reveals to the reader that the character is written as having no metagene. Her genetic status was felt to be incompatible with her records abilities by one of the experts, however, who stated her individual moves are borderline human. It's her aggregated speed that's metahuman. So we see Cassandra might be part metahuman here, which is kind of cool because I think this would be the first Batman hero that is half metahuman, if I do believe my history right. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So another good reason why we like Cassandra Cain here, or well, at least I do. She's one of my favorite Batgirls. Look, humans can throw 100 miles per hour fastball, smash concrete blocks with their hands, and run a 4.2 40s. What they can't do is all of that in once. It's not so much physical as is mentally impossible. Too much to coordinate as a side effect of Cassandra's abusive training. Cassandra's brain developed learning functions different from most. Having been brought up by Cain deliberately without speech, the communication centers of her brain learned body language instead of spoken or written language. Thus, she originally had as much trouble learning spoken and written language as a normal individual would, having in learned body language. So, King didn't want her to talk, so she could not talk. She could not read, she could not write. Her brain functioned in movement in other ways to counterbalance that, which is pretty cool. So, in one way, it was kind of bad because she didn't get to learn this stuff, but she developed other skills that really helped her along the way. Um, Although she was able to learn some very basic things like no, yes, me, the same way a normal person can learn to recognize smiles and frowns, it took a telepath rewiring her brain to teach her to speak and understand English. Even then, she only spoke with extreme difficulty, very flattering, short sentences with long pauses, frequently using the words, etc. The usual the unusual way in which she was raised resulted in a form of dyslexia that hampers her ability to read and write. In Batgirl number 67, Oracle performed a number of tests on Cassandra, determining Um, the slides get cut off, but yeah. So see Cassandra starting to learn a little bit. They went to a telepath to kind of rewire her brain to teach her how to speak. So she could speak a couple of little words, but no long sentences. Uh, the language centers of your brain are all over both hemispheres and not centralized like with most people. When you try to read or write, your brain doesn't know how to keep it cohesive. This is how many have been reconnected. In Robin number 149 is revealed that both Cassandra and Tim Drake had been taught by Batman how to communicate using Navajo code, a code requiring that its users be able to speak English and Navajo as well as be able to read and write both language. So Batman came in and he taught Cassandra to speak English, but also to learn the Navajo English as well, which kind of helped her with her English speaking, which is pretty cool. But that's our slides. This is the end of Batgirl in comics. I hate to see this end, but let me know in the comments, what do you think of this series? Did you guys enjoy it? Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification button if you haven't, so you get notified of all the great videos. And tune in next week because we are starting a new history, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. You'll have to hit that bell if you want to know what it is. But yeah, stay tuned. It's going to be a fun one. Hope you guys will enjoy this one. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a great one.